Have you ever thought about how long you could play a game for? 8 hours? 12 hours? 24? 38? And no, I'm not referring to the general idea of playing a game in intervals where you play and take breaks. I am talking about pure, raw, back-to-back gameplay. I'm talking that if you spend more than 5 minutes off the game at any point, you are disqualified. I am talking that even if you play the game with your friends, you are disqualified. I am talking if you don't even win enough games, you are disqualified. I am talking play the game for every last second. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. Anyways, Forsaken just recently added VC servers, and I really wanted to check them out, so obviously I only spent—
I'm dying here!
No.
Oh, that felt nice.
That generator's definitely fake. Game is literally just bad. Okay. What happened?
Subscribe to Retention Radio.
Subscribe to Retention Radio! Let me get my—
You heard that right. 24 hours of pure Forsaken gameplay with no breaks. Obviously, though, there needs to be some ground rules to ensure that this isn't a walk in the park, nor literally an advanced form of CIA torture. So, my rules are simple. I need to have 200 survivor wins by the end of the 24 hours. Only 5 minutes allowed to spend out of the game for either server hopping or disconnect. I am not allowed to play with friends. Raw gameplay only, baby. I am not allowed to stay in servers where all the players are bad at the game for longer than the end of the hour. Obviously, I don't want to be pub stomping toddlers. And finally, I only have 1 lunch break allowed at hour 12. After that, no more food. If I fail to comply with any of these rules, I will have to do a forfeit punishment afterwards, which I will reveal later. For now, it's time to begin as I jump into my first game. This is such a ridiculous first game. This guy literally gets themselves killed. Off the get-go. Oh well. No. And that's already a last man standing to start off the day. To be frank, I'm not sure what motivated me to use Chance as my starting character, considering how unreliable he is for winning. You're too busy coin flipping to do generators to knock down killer time as soon as possible, and then your weakness stacks get in and the gun is just scuffed. Come on, it's bad. I pretty quickly came to this realization. So I swapped to noob, easy to use survivalist, and I get to peacefully do generators. So many generators. That was until I realized a massive problem with this strategy. Not being able to help my team really blows. I mean, you can literally watch my team get picked apart while I just stand there like a dunce unable to control anything. And I am not a dunce. So we gotta switch it up again. Something reliable. Something survivable. Something to do just enough to make a difference. To keep me alive. That, of course, has to be Shedletsky. Dude, why is the skin so goddamn bright? An important thing to note about this challenge is that if someone just happens to leave at the start of the match, or is a killer who just sits and does nothing all game, I am marking that down as a win. Of course, this means the path of least resistance is usually the most boring one, but honestly, I don't care. Yet despite that, these key moments of just letting some things ride out to keep myself alive would prove critical for the rest of the challenge. Speaking of which, I've made it to hour 2. In total, I've already gotten 10 wins, which is already ahead of pace. Surely, if I can keep this momentum for the rest of the challenge, this should be a breeze. Something very interesting to note is this very unpredictable but still effective strategy. It requires playing so well that the killer ends up rage quitting. You can't decide when that happens, but shaving off 16 seconds here because I stunned the slasher and broke the final straw is something I can never pass up on. Now listen, 200 wins may seem easy on its own, but you have to understand that each Forsaken match takes around 5 minutes on average. If you divide 60 by 5, that is theoretically 12 wins every hour. Except not really, because you still have to account for the intermission time, server hopping time, and the most glaring issue of all, dying. I'm not doing bad for the most part. Over the course of the next hour, I get some pretty solid games to secure wins, like this one where me and the 1x do a little shimmy. Ain't this just cute? Very quickly though, I run into another issue.
Dude, that spilled everywhere. Holy shit.
No, not that one. This one. This is the second time I've died to a 1x so far, and the second time I've died during this challenge period. These guys would prove to be mega ops because of the fact that this new rework dropped for 1x, which, for those unaware, has been called by devs, and I quote, stronger in feel and presentation. Well, they weren't wrong. Unless I figure out a way to start countering them 1x users, I'll be dying a lot. However, that's for a future me to worry about, because it's hour 3, and honestly, I've been having some fun rounds where I get get some easy wins. And
Is that betrayed 1x? Come back, I'm your biggest fan. Where are you going? Why do you keep running away? Do you even respect your fans at all? Do you even care about your fans?
and I'm dead.
Holy 1x gameplay.
And I'm dead again. That's all I hear. Are you starting to see the problem? I mean, they said it themselves. I'm getting left second to last simply because people see me as a threat. I don't even have my stats visible for people to target me. Now, usually, that's fine. It's expected. But on a challenge like this where I've wasted a whole 15 minutes securing absolutely no wins, yeah, no, I don't think so. I only secure 4 wins here. Keep going down this path and I'm going to have to do that forfeit. So it's time to swap characters. 2-time. For real this time. I don't know why I'm drawn to this character, considering by all accounts it's not even that consistent, but I've practiced my 2-time lineups far enough for me not to be terrible. That and the character is just really good despite the nerf.
I'm gonna bloody stab you, mate! Save me, mate! Save me from the wicked evil! Thank you, mate! Cheers, mate!
And honestly, the swap was working great. Unlike any previous character, the sheer power and imposing stature of 2-time really served me well, as long as my team is cooperating with me. You gotta convince your team to cooperate with you.
Are you just gonna look at me? You're just gonna look at me? You're just gonna look at me?
I'm dying here! I'm dying! Hurry up!
No, seriously, blessed days upon us when Elliot is on the team actually looking out for heals. Just make sure you help encourage them with positive reinforcement to guarantee they perform at their best.
You're gonna die! You're gonna die! You're gonna die!
Sorry, I am so terrible at throwing stuff. It's not even funny.
Continuing on, the rest of the hour I grind out some pretty solid wins with no further issues. Well, actually, I guess there's one small issue. Despite the nerfs of 2-time, everyone still kind of hates them, because no matter how you spin it, getting trick stabbed over and over is going to get annoying. And on hour 5, well, flash forward to the next game and it seems like people are growing angry at my presence. Oh my god, it continues. Now I vouch with this guy. Least tryhard 2-time. Never be a subordinate teacher IRL. What does that have to do with anything? Is there some joke I'm missing here?
That's crazy.
Press it easy. Well, that's fine, you know. Eventually some kid is gonna get angry at you on the Roblox video game. It's really no biggie. I can handle it. I'm the bigger man. I should be a role model and set a precedent that being toxic, that's just, like, not cool, dude. Anyways, I'm still feeling pretty good, cause look at all these freebies.
What is your problem? What is your problem? No, come over here. No. Come back over here. You got a problem? You got a problem? No, say it to my face. Say that you have a problem.
God, these N7s, bro. I'm telling you, people hate 2-times at every turn, except for one group of people. Other 2-times. Come on, 2-time. We will stab the killer. Yeah! Which is quite rare. All things considered, you don't really meet anyone else willing to put up with the jankiness of 2-time, especially in its current state where trying to pull off backstab is a much larger delay. I mean, it's never really my fault. I'm not the one to blame for whiffing.
Shut up!
Still, 2-times versatility doesn't just come from backstabbing. It can make differences in simple chases too by using the lunge for distance. Granted, I honestly didn't make the best use of it here, but you get the point. With that being said, these few hours have been going swimmingly, averaging out on 9 wins per hour. Again, with this pace, I'll be able to breeze through the rest of the challenge. And frankly, I was unexpectedly not even having that terrible of a time. The VC servers helped alleviate the silence by really getting on the killer's nerves. Just take a look at this. I'm hitting a completely different level of paranoia.
You never know. You just never know.
And I'd also be lying that in these earlier hours, I didn't get a bit carried away by just screwing with my team.
You should probably go stab that guy.
No, I don't really feel like it right now. I don't know, I've just been feeling really sad lately and I've just not been motivated. Aww. Well, look what happened. We're both screwed. We are screwed. We are doomed. We are doomed. No, we are dying! Okay, I actually feel really bad about this one. Ellie the 2 Gamer 2, if you're watching this, sorry that we couldn't keep winning together. For the rest of the hour, I was fortunately able to keep grinding out wins on 2-time. And hell, even the hour after that, things were seeming good. Chill, I was joking. I don't have Oblation. What even is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know anything about this Oblation guy. Please! God dang it. No, like actually, hour 8 might have been my best hour so far, considering I was just getting the most 3 killer games possible. It's just back-to-back wins and a few clutches that weren't too difficult to deal with. Though, I slowly start to notice a problem. Falling back into the umbrella of being self-survivable like Noob, 2-time is a pretty selfish character. Yes, they can stun, but the real desirable factor of 2-time is the self-heal and the second life. This still doesn't really help the team. So, on hour 9, I'm going all in. Be Elliot. Elliot's not a bad character. So that 2-time dropped dead right in front of me. Okay, well, 1 death, I mean, who cares? That's fine. Surely now people will finally respect me after I've stopped playing 2-time, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good Elliot? Oh, that 2-time from earlier is not happy. For the most part, though, Elliot can do his job pretty damn well and stay survivable for the entire game. You dish out heals, then use your speed boost to get distance during chase. I mean, we're not even going to talk about how genuinely busted Elliot is, because quite frankly, I'll use anything to get these 200 wins in 24 hours. Though, I am starting to get hungry, and in order for this challenge to be at least a bit bearable, I have allocated myself 20 minutes to have a little lunch break. This lunch break will be the first and last time I get to have a lunch break. After that, I'm not allowed to eat anything else for the remaining 14 hours. This also includes no drinking. Look, I know this is starting to diverge into being more of a hunger strike challenge, but I promise it's just to raise the stakes a little, you know? Hour 10 ends up being probably my most unproductive, since I've already used up a grand majority of my time eating, making for a pretty dire consequence anyways. There is one small thing that has been happening though, and that's my performance against 1x slowly improving. Earlier, I was dying to little chuds like this who would clearly have 1/20th of my playtime, but now I've acclimated a bit. Let's just hope that it actually ends up making a difference in the end. Anyways, welcome to hour 11. This hour is very special because this is the hour where I get to meet God's greatest Forsaken comp squad. I'm serious, these guys are pretty much everything and more that you want from a Forsaken team. You got your support supporting, you got your sentinel sentiling, and the survivalists have been shot round back. My next 11 wins all from the single server, as we just win back-to-back games. Not even because the killers are bad, it's purely out of the sheer dominance of this survivor team. That was until the 9th round, where everyone promptly died. I've still got pizzas to deliver. Despite everything, I'm just kind of the goat. It got so bad that the killers were pulling straight black magic techniques out of their ass if it meant 1 extra kill. What? Genuinely still don't understand what happened here. Someone in the comments section do explain. Regardless, the hour finally ended, and I had to very regretfully wave goodbye to the server that had treated me so well. I sure hope another one like that returns for the rest of the challenge. Anyways, give it up for hour 12. You're officially in the halfway mark. You know, it feels like it's been an eternity, and it has. It's been 12 hours straight of Forsaken, and I'm afraid I have another 12 hours to go. I'm not feeling that tired, honestly. I'm feeling pretty great right now. I feel like I could go another. I genuinely feel like I could go another day. Like I feel like I could start the challenge right now. Suffice to say, I'm pretty confident. But the real question is, am I lucky? This is the character wheel. Loyal viewers may recognize this from my previous video, and it's back to torment me this time. I spin it, get a character, and then play that character for an hour. This can range from mild to absolutely catastrophic, as a few characters can easily destroy my win rate. For example, Disakar, because you always get targeted by the killer and are helpless on your own. Or Guest, because I hate Guest gameplay. Anyways, I landed on Shedletsky, which isn't the worst thing ever, though do you remember how I mentioned that there weren't many 2-time players to be found these days? Yeah, so I think I found the server they all migrated to.
Do not move, do not breathe, and do not run. Do you have any idea what you have just done? You mercilessly stole someone's most vital communication device for your own twisted amusement. Graceland Young, you are so fucking annoying.
It felt like hour 12 was a turning point for paranormal encounters. What? Oh, hello. What the f? That genuinely frightened me. I don't know, past 12 AM you actually start seeing like
horror killers that are here to jump scare you. Though on hour 13, I was brought straight back where we started with good old noob gameplay. Again, not the greatest nor the worst, but it seemed like luck was on my side as the toddler servers with no actual gameplay value are back. I get that this doesn't make the greatest entertaining footage, but this was never about entertainment. This is about triumph and victory. I will be getting those 200 wins by the end of these 24 hours, and these toddlers are merely living in my world. Okay, never mind, that was way too close. Still, these wins were just coming back to back, and at a certain point I was feeling a bit audacious. Decided to server hop. Now the thing about server hopping is that you actually can't do it very consistently without a certain method. Do you want to know what my method is? I'm blocking everyone in this server. Every soul is getting blocked. Every soul. Yeah, no, I think the real issue is having to play survivalist and being so bored of the gameplay that I'll start drifting off to sleep. Thankfully soon, that would change, as when hour 14 rolls around, I'd end up playing Shedletsky again. Whatever, bro. Though, while I was getting ready for the hour, I spotted something very interesting in game. AlphaSens_2000. Do you actually think this guy is 26 years old? That's the question of the day. I'm almost willing to say yes, simply because he would be 16 when Undertale came out, which would be a relatively normal time to be a fan of Sans. However, when I look at his avatar, he does look like the avatar of a 12-year-old. What the hell? Did AlphaSens_2000 just become, like, evil mode? Why is his head black now? Oh my god, did he power up? I don't know, I'm kind of terrified. I'm glad I have my malice off. I don't know if I'd really want to be up against that dude. Oh my god, did he just get, like, something on his shoulder? What is happening? He's, like, slowly powering up. Look at him. With this many questions surrounding AlphaSens_2000, I knew I had to confront him about it. Look, I've got to admit something to you. I've been paying attention to you in particular. Are you named AlphaSens_2000 because you're 26 years old, like, arbitrarily? The other thing I've noticed is the fact that over the course of the last 3 games, your avatar has been slowly powering up. What is going on, dude? Unfortunately, it seemed like I knew too much, because shortly afterwards, I was executed by him. Don't do it, AlphaSens_2000. This isn't you. This isn't you. Oh. From there on out, AlphaSens_2000 would never be seen again. Anyways, with that out of the way, I can continue ranting about how much I despise 1x. No, I'm serious. 1x was my primary threat for the challenge, as not only was it destroying opportunities for wins for me, but also my mental stability significantly lowered the moment the green pompous prick appeared on my screen. 1x is balanced right now. I don't like the rework. Yes, I get that, like, the entanglements are technically worse, but at the same time, the override is super telegraphed, which is why it's not as OP. In fact, it's more used as a mobility option. I'm hardly even coherent here. I've literally been sent into a hate-fueled frenzy. Regardless, I still bagged a couple of wins. The effects of sleep deprivation hadn't rolled enough to stop me from playing, after all. Now, I have to bunch hour 15 and hour 16 into one segment for a very important reason. I know, it's unorthodox, but stick with me just for a second. As you should be aware, this is a challenge where if I don't hit 200 wins at the end of the 24 hours, I lose and pay up a punishment forfeit. This means I have to stay on my A game, make sure I'm bagging every single win, hinging on consistent success, and calculate every move perfectly. There's no time to be playing games and fooling around, because otherwise I'd lose the challenge. So I landed on guest for hour 15, which I'm already quite pissed about because I didn't want to do any guest gameplay at all today. The last time I've played guest might as well have been when they removed that one John Doe skin that everyone went crazy for. Do you know the one I'm talking about? But it doesn't stop there. The server I landed on had a bunch of people with VC, and no, not soundboard users or your average toddler, but some pretty funny people who are actually making me, well, have fun. I know, it's crazy, forsaken and fun in the same sentence, but it's true. I was enamored, because for the entire challenge, I was just in stupid servers with stupid people, but these guys shook me away from the boredom that I once had. Here, now that generator's definitely fake.
No, it's not fake.
No, it's... Okay, that's also fake. You're definitely hallucinating now because of that generator, but... Oh! I didn't miss. It was actually a tactical... What? If you want to get through me, you're gonna have to get through all the traps first. Oh yeah? Well, what about now? And this would serve to be the worst mistake I'd ever make for the entire challenge. Because you can't just have fun without sacrificing something. Something so imperative to the challenge, yet so against what every fiber of my body wanted to indulge. And that something is competition. I stopped looking at the games from an angle of analytical procedure and optimization. I stopped being competitive because I was having fun. In the end, what did I have to show for 2 hours? 4 wins. But hey, it's not all too bad because it's hour 17, and to put the game back into my hands,
2-time.
That's right, I get some more 2-time gameplay, which I'm always grateful for.
Hey, you.
Hey man, what's up?
Fix your hair.
No.
Fix your hair, man.
No, it's called style and you wouldn't understand.
Well, you really know I wouldn't understand. You don't know style.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. I told you sacrifice your own friends.
No, I mean sacrifice is a bit of a, you know, that's a strong word to use. It was more like an offering to a deity. You know, like that's a bit nicer to say it. It's like,
Look, role-playing as 2-time wasn't something I expected to be part of the job, but like, if it's what I gotta do, it's what I gotta do. Again, 2-time's kit is just everything you need to support the team and be selfish at the same time. Like here, where I literally just hide, using crouch for its intended purpose of concealment. Yeah, bet that's a first. Still, despite the reliable amount of wins, I can die here and there. You can probably guess by which killer at this point. Unfortunately, my pleasant time playing as 2-time is short-lived, as on hour 18 I end up getting guessed again. Thankfully, there's a silver lining, and that's me actually improving over the course of playing guest. I suppose it's an unrusting thing, or the fact that John Doe is so piss easy to parry, or probably both. Still, it feels like no matter what I do, I can't really speed up the process of my team winning. One too many kills drags the round out, and now being dealt survivors that I feel helpless using really doesn't improve things. Even if I could dedicate the rest of the challenge improving playing guest, I could never reach the lengths of support that a character like Elliot once gave me. If only. I mean, right? Wouldn't that just be a great coincidence and a great segue? Nah, it's builder, man. Okay, but despite getting a character that requires a ton of time for setup and 0 versatility during chase, something very interesting begins to happen.
yep, that's me, the guy from the ARG. Look, I know I'm doing this. Oh, okay.
Now, look, this predicament seems like shit, and that's because it is. There's really no way to justify the character considering I have to spend the next 4 minutes looping a slasher. That's just not possible, right? I mean, there's just no way.
Thank you.
I survived. And guess what? This wasn't even a one-time thing. I actually outperform in Last Man Standings like it's nothing. Something about me playing the game on repeat put my body on autopilot, as if the world were just moving without me. My mind already wandered away, yet my body still continued on just as it normally would. Does that make sense? Probably not. I've been playing Forsaken for 19 hours straight. Still, I wasn't giving up on the challenge yet, and the 200 win requirement was being hit one way or another. So, despite everything, despite every fiber of my being just wanting to close the game and go to bed, I press on. And it seems I'd be rewarded very soon, because...
Oh my god, thank god. Elliot is genuinely a break.
It sure is. Elliot gameplay is literally everything I need and more. Consistent wins, consistent survivability, consistent support. You don't get it anywhere else. And combined with my innate ability to stand my ground against killer interactions, it's easy to see why this is just a no-brainer pick. Do you want to know what standing my ground looks like? Here's a simple demonstration. I know you can do this with any survivor because of just how flawed Sixer is, but like, it's too funny not to keep in. I've already established I'm not going to be above scummy wins. A good time to review how I'm doing mentally would be now. I think it can be reflected through the names of some of the clips that I took. Just to give an example, one clip is named, I don't think, I just do. How joyous! Or how about, is there a reason to keep naming these? Sounds optimistic to me! I could dwell on the rounds where I win, and I win again. Maybe I lose fails here and there, but at that point, it's just redundant. The hour passes. But my character does not. One small detail is that after I've played a character twice, I cannot spin into it again. That way to avoid the very low probability of rolling into the same character for 12 hours straight. And hey, another goddamn Elliot LMS. Is it just me, or does that mean I kinda suck at my job of keeping others alive? You look like you eat fetuses. Yeah, that's kind of... Yes, I'm bored. Like, bored enough that I'm using any downtime to put my head down and rest for a bit.
I'm gonna go into this corner and nap a bit. Oh, that felt nice.
It's either that or I play rounds back to back without saying a single word if it means conserving my energy just a tiny bit more to play the game. Still, I trudge through and secure my wins for the hour. Stagnation doesn't remain forever, as things get a bit more interesting when I spin into my next character on hour 22. Now, N7 is a survivalist dependent on clone pairing in today's meta, though I personally haven't practiced clone pairing. I'm still willing to try my hand at it though. Compared to guest parry, this is a walk in the park. You literally just stay inside your clone and you're all good. Still, despite the couple of highlights here and there, it's a survivalist, and survivalist gameplay is the fastest way I can be put to sleep. By all intents and purposes, this is a nerf to me. Again, these final hours were the real test of the whole challenge. I know it seems like it should be the opposite. I'm right at the finish line, but after playing the game for so long, you start to prepare to clock out. But I can't. My mind wants solitude, and it is clouded by one continuous motion, one demand that I must solemnly obey, and that is to play. Yeah, this cannot continue. I need a boost of motivation for these last 2 hours. Luckily, on hour 23, I'm visited by a very special guest. Meat Kill.
What's up, Ray? How you doing?
This is Meat Kill, a forsaken YouTuber who has over 200 videos documenting many different challenges that he has taken on, ranging from playing against tryhards to schizophrenia. This has been kicking my ass.
How long have you been going for?
I'm on hour 22.
Did you get any sleep?
No!
This is my advice, though. You gotta get back in there. You gotta grind it out. Whenever I need to get a win, you just gotta grind it out. Because no matter what, it's not about if you're gonna win. It's about when you're gonna win. It's about when you will defeat this challenge.
I have to admit something, which is to crank out 200 survivor wins within the 24-hour period.
You go in there, you need to put 7 guest Veronica, just something that noob LMS warrior, and just get to grinding. You don't have to help your team.
No, I'd agree, except I have another thing I have to admit. I decided that I would spin a wheel to decide what character I have to play. Because I thought it would be...
Okay, what survivor are you on right now?
TAF, I'm on TAF right now.
Alright, that's still not that bad for LMS. You get a subspace, you get a guaranteed call off, right?
Right.
So you can still win an LMS. Like, you just gotta get the gens done, win an LMS. There's no other way, brother. I'm not gonna lie. You're cooked.
Yeah. Honestly, his words of encouragement kind of helped me, as in the next round my spirits were lifted. Unfortunately, I had to play Taff this time around. Again, another setup character that relies on team support to persist. Not my favorite, but not Dusakar either. With that being said, the more I slowly trudged through, the more the end seemed closer. No longer caring about any more clip farming, interacting with VC inhabitants, or anything else, I just wanted an escape. So, fittingly, hour 24 winded up with me playing the character that kept me going in the first place. 2-time. I swear that feels like it's rigged. I swear on everything it's not. I guess this is the perfect time to do one last reflection. Honestly, it was a journey that I didn't despise. Actually, one that was riddled with its highs and lows, but the highs made up for it all. I met cool people, got cool clips, and really got a scoop of unique Forsaken gameplay I couldn't really get anywhere else. Frankly, you don't really sit down and play a game for 24 hours casually anyways. Not that this was casual, absolutely not. This was anything but. Still, I put my mind to it and I endured, regardless of what happens next. Isn't that what matters most? That I was able to prosper and overcome the challenges that were presented to me. The entire time, I glanced at the clock, from when it started at 6:30 p.m., counting every hour, waiting for the next. These small steps really magnify when time is the only sense of realization you have left. Perhaps that's why in the end, I'm left with a sense of fulfillment, even if I were to fail my 200 win deadline. But be that as it might, the end eventually does come. Oh my god. that wraps it up, bro. That wraps up the final game. Indeed, that is it. And despite me sounding extremely unenthusiastic, trust me, I was bubbling with excitement and joy. Regardless, it's time to find out. Did I reach 200 wins? Let's break down my results quarter by quarter. On hours 1 to 6, I got 47 wins. On hours 7 to 12, I got 43 wins. On hours 13 to 18, I got 44 wins. And on the remaining hours, I got 53 wins. Astute mathematical prodigies may have noticed that in total, that adds up to 187 wins. Yup, 13 off. 13 off! Despite everything. Despite all my efforts, a couple of bad hours got me screwed over. So, that means I have to pay up the forfeit. And yes, pay is a word I use on purpose, because I will be giving away 24,000 Robux to one of my Discord members, which you can join as a consequence. But if you ask me, I just want to go to bed. Thank you for making it to the end. Subscribe, and good night.